I used to be a nice guy, and people ignored me. Then I became an asshole, and people worship me. I used to be a nice guy. I used to think that we should be nice to each other. I used to be nice. I would go out of my way to do favors for people. I would get excited. This is many years ago. I would get excited to help people because I just felt like helping people was a good thing. But it turns out that most people are masochistic freaks, right? And they interpret kindness as weakness. And thus, when they see you trying to help them, they get disgusted by you and just want to push you away. But then I'm like, wow, it seems like the nicer I am to people, the less they regard me. Oftentimes, the more they'll take advantage of me. So then I did something really amazing. I started not helping people as much. I just stopped being so nice. I wouldn't go out of my way to do people favors. If I ever did somebody a favor, I would purposely add a layer of reluctance to it. And in that, when people could sense that I was being reluctant in helping them, they had more respect for me. Because people judge whether or not they respect something on the basis of how much of an asshole you are. I mean, I don't know, maybe I live in a bubble here in America. Maybe this place has totally gone over the edge and everybody is a fucking idiot. What are things like in overseas? I know I have a lot of overseas viewers. What are things like Switzerland? I hear Switzerland's like a nice place. Like things are actually normal there. It's just dumb. It's just fucking narcissistic idiots. And that's what happens. People think that if you're being nice, you're weak. People don't even know how to interpret kindness as just kindness, as just, I'm just holistically cooperating with the ether that I'm a part of, the cosmic ether of quantum reality, right? No, if you're nice, there's something wrong with you. You were just a weakling. Stupid. Like, it's dumb people everywhere, man. Dumb dummies. The more of an asshole I become, the more people, they become wide-eyed and they start drooling and like, they go, they're just amazed. Wow. I'm just blown away by that. Let's work together, guys. We got to build a better world. Yeah. And I lived that way most of my life. And what did I get? People were allergic to me. They didn't like it. And then I became less caring. I stopped helping people. And what happened? People just started to like me more. Because when you as an individual value narcissistic, cutthroat morons, you're going to be naturally attracted to that. And I don't mean like sexually attractive. I just mean like human connection attractive, like male, female, whatever, not sexual or relationship based. So yeah, it's just dumb, petty, fake, narcissistic bullshit. Oh, he's nice. Let me take advantage of him. Oh, he's nice. I mean, it's the competitive nature of things. This is the problem with competition. Look, all that is required for a perfectly peaceful world to fall into the bloody maws of competition is one competitive person to spoil the whole thing. That's all it takes. That's why, as much as I think competition is a mental disorder, I think it's pretty much unavoidable. Because I can't even drive through the streets of Miami. I've used this analogy before. Without someone thinking I'm a threat to them because I want to switch lanes. In Miami, when you put your turning signal on, people speed up to prevent you from getting in their lane. People go out of their way to make your life a pain in the ass. The level of divisive competitiveness here in Miami is so fucking psychotic that when I'm nice to people, people think they view that as a liability. Because that's what happens in a hyper-competitive world. Being nice is a liability. Letting someone get in front of you and switch lanes and get in front of you is a liability because that means you're one spot behind in traffic. You might not make it to your job on time. But the fucking coworker you're competing against for a raise to impress your boss, he might get to work before you. And because he got there better with better punctuality, he might get the raise and you won't. Fuck, you might even lose a job to him. Being kind is a liability in a psychotic, mentally diseased, hyper-competitive world. Fucking dumb. See, I used to be a nice guy, and then I realized that being a nice guy got me nowhere. Being a nice guy basically just turned me into a slave to other people who would take advantage of me. These fucking lightning bolts keep crackling outside my window. It's freaky. Yeah, it's just like, fuck people, man. And it's like, okay, so why am I like a nice guy? I just thought it was a good thing to be nice to people. To anyone, just be nice to people. But it seems like, especially here in Miami, maybe my view is tainted because I'm from Miami and everyone's an idiot here. But here in Miami, if you're a nice person, they think they're disgusted. The more of a narcissistic piece of shit you are, the more you fuck people over, the more you get respect in this city. People like you and respect you on the basis of how much of a narcissistic, cutthroat, ruthless motherfucker you are. The more of a dickhead you are to people, the more people like you. What a terrible fucking formula. But that's the thing. When you live in such a hyper-competitive world, everybody has to serve the competition masters. When the momentum of society is so much in favor of divisive competition, you can't survive if you're not serving that demonic competitive system. So everybody has to get swept into this cycle, where even if somebody does a favor to help you, that person is still a liability because if I were to help somebody, I'm not. What advantage do I provide them? What do I add to a person by being nice and helping them? Am I going to be the kind of person who can go against the hyper-competitive system? In a world where everyone's backstabbing each other to get ahead, a nice guy is a fucking liability. A nice guy is a waste of time. Stupid fucking moronic bullshit. So, yeah, it's fucking stupid. I highly recommend watching a video. I stumbled across this guy named Alfie Kohn, I think his name is. And I went for a very long bike ride the other day, and I listened to his entire speech. You can click right here and you can watch that video. You can listen to that speech. He basically, he puts forward a theory. By the way, thanks to the dude on Facebook, I forgot your name, who recommended him to me. Stuff is incredible. Somebody recommended this guy to me. Listen to it. It's right here on the screen. Click on it and listen to it. It basically, his hypothesis, his theory, which is backed up pretty logically and through studies, is that competition is basically stupid. Competition is never good. He basically puts forth the idea that innovation and creativity and efficiency and a better world and progress, all these things that we value, they happen in spite of competition, not because of competition. You know, we have this idea that, oh, if people don't compete, people are just gonna stay at home all day and lie in the bed forever, do nothing. I think that's basically a lot of horse shit. That's a scam that the same competitive fucks who run Miami, who probably run the whole world, that's a scam that they feed you to convince you to not talk to your neighbors, to convince you to not
have connections with the people around you, to convince you to go out and compete, to convince you to get in your car and drive fucking 3 hours through gridlock or rush hour traffic every morning to the job you hate, all so you can acquire green pieces of paper so you can buy a bunch of material objects that's supposed to signify how you're better than the other fuckers you're competing with. Yeah. So check out the video. The guy's work is pretty fascinating. Competition, the idea that we need competition, the idea that it's good. I think that the idea that competition makes people do things, it encourages innovation. It might, but it's not like you need competition to innovate. And again, the word competition can be semantically misinterpreted. But that's for a whole other video, really. Oh, by the way, check it out, the red pill. I'm gonna put a little ad at the end of this video. A few people reviewed it. They said it works, quote unquote, exactly as advertised. It's the red pill, ladies and gentlemen. L-theanine in the capsule, highly recommended. I had 3 yesterday before I went for the bike ride. So on point as fuck. Take care, y'all.
Andrew from South Carolina took the red pill, and he says, "It works exactly as advertised. I took it during meditation and I could finally focus." Jessica from California took the red pill, and she says, "I felt calm and focused. I am pretty creative, but after taking it, the ideas were flowing." People from all over the world have taken the red pill. It's your turn to choose. Click the screen to learn more.